as requested by a lot of you guys, you wanted me to do a fan account of the Brave concert that I went to when I was in Korea. So it took place on the 13th of September this year, which is almost a month ago. Though I do apologize if any of the details are a bit blurry, but it was quite the memorable night, so I can recall quite a lot. Brave concert is a charity concert. I'm not sure how often it's held, but it was so amazing because there were so many, like a huge lineup. I'm not kidding. I'm going to read all the performers that I got off the website. There might have actually been more. There were also 2 DJs, apart from this. So, it was 엠씨더맥스, Dynamic Duo, Junja, Bechegi. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Really sorry. IU, Dick Punks, Sane, MBLAQ, 4 Minute, J Park, Geeks, Girlsday, NewEast, and of course the Brave guys, as it was their concert. AOA, 방탄소년단, Orange Caramel, Topp Dogg, and Halo. So a lot of performers, and I'm going to talk about the tickets first, how we got the tickets, because it wasn't easy. First, we tried ordering them through Interpark website, however they were only available on the Korean website. So if you don't have a Korean ID number, which I don't since I'm Swedish, since I live in Sweden, you can't order. So you have to do it through the international website, and this concert wasn't listed there, unfortunately. So when we came to Korea, I looked up and there was this bookstore, YP Books, that were also selling tickets, so we hoped we would be able to get tickets there. However, when we came there, it turns out they didn't sell Interpark tickets. So our last resort was to go to the concert venue on the same day as the concert and hope there were still tickets left, which we did, and there was tickets. Oh, it's so amazing. It was such nervous weeks up to that point, because this was basically the main thing, the main goal we wanted to do when we were in Korea. So we got tickets, and they were really cheap. Since we bought at the day of the concert, they were like 5,000 won more expensive. So we paid 30,000 won, which is like $30, which is nothing considering the concert was around 4.5 hours. Yeah. So, and then we got in line. The problem was there was 3 lines, and not everyone, quite a lot of us, had absolutely no idea which line we were supposed to stand in. We asked one of the security guys, and he said we were going to stand in the line up the mountain, I was about to say, but yeah, up. So we went up the hill, blah blah blah. And when we came there, staff told us, no, you're not supposed to stand in this line. So we went down again, and then there were 2 more lines, and we just stood in one of them, like hoping it was the right one. And it apparently was, because we got in. So the stage, this was at a university, Yonsei University, I believe it was. The stage was an outside arena, I was about to say, but yeah. And it was really awesome, because the stage were here, and then the seats were like this. They were all stone staircases, and they went up like this. So they were quite steep, so when you could really see, even though there was someone sitting in front of you. However, as they were stone staircases, my butt got quite numb after a while. Like, I couldn't feel it at the end of the concert, but yeah. Minor thing, you know. So, the concert started, and Brave guys were amazing. They were really hilarious. I especially like the girl, Shin Bora. She's also a comedian. She has such an amazing voice, and she was really funny. They were like in between acts as well. So not only did they perform songs, they were really emceeing the whole thing as well. So really funny. I love them. It's really great. And then all the other performers, they were so amazing. no doubt IU was the most popular there. When she went on stage, everyone went up like this, stood up. Dynamic Duo was really, really popular. I do believe it was Dynamic Duo. They were really, really popular as well. And Sunny, he was so amazing live. He performed, most of them performed 2 songs, unless they were called up back for an encore. They performed more songs then, at least 1 more song. And IU, for example, did that. Surprising. But Sunny performed like 3 songs even before any encore. So when people wanted him to do encore, he really couldn't because he had already performed so many songs. But yeah, it was really, really awesome live. And there were 2 DJs as well. Perhaps shouldn't have been given that much time. The second DJ, I believe he had Crispy Crunch with him. They were really, really great, and they tried to get the people ready up. However, he played 1 song for like 20 minutes. Yeah, the same song, and it wasn't particularly good. And I saw people in the crowd like playing games and stuff on their mobile phones, which was really, really sad. But at the same time, I got a laughing attack right on the middle of it because it never ended. I mean, it wasn't like that bad of a song. I mean, for 3 minutes it would have been great, but playing the same song for 20 minutes when other performers had like 2 songs, it felt a bit off. So I don't want to diss him, but at the same time it felt really, really weird. It was like my brain couldn't really comprehend that we were listening to the same song for like 20 minutes during a concert. Again, Crispy Crunch just tried to rally us all up, but with that song it just didn't really work, unfortunately. But back to the main thing. I feel so bad for saying that, but yeah, no. Anyways, all the performers were great. And the main thing for me was that it had 3 of my absolute favorite groups: Topp Dogg, Orange Caramel, and 방탄소년단. I've already seen 방탄소년단, and they were quite early on, so I was still able to keep my emotions intact, you know, under control, so I could sit down, even though I was totally wah, but I managed to sit down, because everyone else was doing that, and it would have looked so weird if I was standing up then. Not that I would have cared, but yeah, I was still able to keep my emotions under control at that point. However, later on, did you hear that? Oh, it's my stomach, I need to eat. Anyways, but they were great. They performed, I believe it was The Rising of Bangtan and Boy in Love. So they didn't perform Danger, unfortunately. But yeah, still great to see them again because I saw them in Europe. So that was also one of the reasons why I could keep my emotions in check, because I had seen them before, you know. However, later on during the evening, I'm sorry, just something flying there. Never mind. So, as all the performers were great, I mean, AOA were great, I mean, everyone was just really, really amazing. I could talk about all of them, but everything is a bit of a blur right now. I want to talk about my favorite artists at least. So, but everyone was great, I just want to say that. I did their best. MBLAQ, by the way, came on. They were amazing. And a person dropped her phone in my friend's head and then seemed more concerned about finding the phone than apologizing to my friend for, you know, dropping her phone in her head. Anyways, MBLAQ were amazing. And there were so many performers that we hadn't actually registered all of them. I mean, the end act was J Park. It was like, whoa, J Park, whoa. It was like, my brain just, wow. It was so hard to comprehend that all of these amazing performers were just in one concert. Wow. Anyways, back to my favorite groups, because I've already talked about Bangtan, but later during the evening, Orange Caramel came on. And I believe it had been, I'm not sure if it was right after IU, again, a little bit fussy here, but let's just say first time you see one of your absolute favorite. Orange Caramel, I've been a fan for many years. As much as I love Bangtanso년단 and Topp Dogg, they haven't been around for as long as Orange Caramel have been. And many years of built up emotions came right at that point. So I stood up, even though no one around me stood up. I could not... no. Orange Caramel came on stage. I stood up. My friend contemplating apparently filming me. I'm glad she didn't, because I probably looked a little bit embarrassing standing there. Woo! But I danced with them, and they were so amazing. And just they performed Catalina and my copycats do it like I do. You know, ooh, they're so amazing. And yeah, they probably noticed me. There were some people who stood up as well, further there, but like they were just standing there with their like filming. I was like, why are you? They were just still there and filming like. I was like, dance, people! It's Orange Caramel. It was just, wow! I love Orange Caramel so much. Yeah. And then after that, NÜIST came on, and I had not registered that NÜIST would be there. So at that point, my brain just went, and I couldn't understand anything that was going on because there was NÜIST. I was not prepared for that. NÜIST were standing right there on the stage, in flesh. Wow! And after that, Topp Dogg came on. You can imagine my emotions right now. It was just like me and my friend stood up because yeah, again, no. And my friend said that absolutely no one else stood up where we were, at least. So yeah. It didn't matter, and I actually stood like this. I'll show you. Like I was leaping forward, literally leaping forward, and I stood like that for the entire 2 songs that they sang. It was Open the Door and Amadeus, and I stood like that, like I was going to throw myself out there and just run up on stage, but stop myself, you know. I was just stood like that, and then I sat down after those 2 songs, and my leg hurt like, and I was just laughing because it hurt so much, and other people were laughing at me too. But they were so amazing, and we were just, wow, this was memorable night. And I mean, my brain was just, there were so many great performers. I mean, For Minute came on, and wow, and there were just MBLAQ, J Park, eiowei, yeah, Daynamic 2 MC, the Max Youth. Wow. Again, my brain is taking me back to that time and place when I saw them. And a little bit bummed out I was about Topp Dogg, because as you might know, one of my absolute favorite people, in one of my absolute top biases in K-pop overall is Sugung, which is he was sick. I don't know if it hurt himself or something, but he wasn't there for any of their September activities, so he wasn't there, which was a bit of a bummer, but I knew that. So I tried to look for my second bias, Kiddo. He wasn't there either. At that point I got really confused because there were 11 people on stage and I didn't know who to look at because none of my biases. I mean, I really like Yano, so I looked at him. I really like all of them. Who am I kidding? I love all of them. But yeah, my brain was just a bit confused because I hadn't prepared myself. It's easier when there's just 5 people, or, you know. But when there is 11 people on stage, you get a bit and you don't know where to look, and I looked everywhere it seems. I don't really, wow. I looked at all of them and it seems like I looked at none of them. I don't know, it was just so amazing. Oh my god. Yeah, you can imagine, this was basically how I felt during the concert. I was so confused and so happy that I was just all over the place, you know, almost running, but I couldn't, so I stopped myself. And I have to say that, oh, the battery's dying. Yay! I have to say also that one of the highlights of the concert were 3 or 4 guys dancing in the audience. Like, I have never seen anyone dance in the audience before. They were dancing more than the people on stage. Like, oh yeah, ooh, and I don't know, they were just amazing. Sometimes I looked at them instead of the one performing. They were amazing. Anyways, wow, now I'm getting back into the concert mode, which means my head is just all over the place right now. Maybe it wasn't too smart to do a Fanaccount of this. Well, I hope you got something out of it, at least. This is what I got out of it. Utter confusement and utter happiness, and just one of the best days of my life. Yes. I'm happy again. Wow. I want to cry of happiness because I'm not there right now. Just, oh my god. It was so amazing. I do hope everyone gets a chance to see a concert, because they're amazing. Yes. I'm sorry about this. My brain just ginormously farted right now or something. It just went up into smoke and I don't know what I'm saying right now. Wow. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. Bye.